What Mheshimiwa Gachagua has done is good ridden and it is timely. It was highly expected. But as I always told you, history is paramount on everything I do. And that is calling for us trying to judge these leaders. Do they really believe on what they are telling us, or they believe in themselves? Like, as I can remember, whatever thing that is happening today has happened before, and I don't think it is going to stop there. Because if at all truly our leaders means well for us, by so telling us the president is not delivering, I tend to believe they have one ideology and they have the same policy, and they think Ruto's administration failed, and so they have to be cognizant of their unity. And if at all every political leader is going to come up with a party, then according to me, I think history is going to repeat itself. Because like I remember, when Ford was created in the 90s, Mheshimiwa Jindo Matiba came about. Instead of teaming up with his colleagues, Jindo Matiba decided to form Ford Asili. And he used a slogan, Kenyan people are going to decide. The same narrative, Mheshimiwa Mutai Ngunyi did use it, that we have tyranny of numbers. So basically, I think Kenyans, we are missing the point at some point. Because if tyranny of numbers and Kenyans are going to decide is anything to go by, pasipo kuambiana what ideologies do it stand for, that is going to propel this country to the next level, then I think we are lying to one another. So that is calling for pragmatic leaders to think of tyranny of brains. We need to think of brains and not numbers. Talking about the democratic of the new citizen party of Mheshimiwa Gachagua, I think history is repeating itself. Gachagua has formed a party that Matiba also formed then. They didn't see the need of working together with the already existing parties. The same thing are applicable today. I've seen Mheshimiwa Malala being enjoyed as the deputy party leader. The same thing Sikuku did then. So according to me, history is repeating itself, and I don't expect different results. And let me tell you, I've always told you Ruto is above the game. I'm not saying it blindly, neither am I a psychopath. But as you see the events are unfolding, Ruto is an alumni of Mheshimiwa M1, that is Moi then, and equally graduated to be an alumni of Raila Amolo Odinga. If you tend to, you see these people very well. What these guys are doing today happened then, and that is what has called for me to tell you, we are not going to get anything new. If these leaders were not slanders, thugs, thieves, crooks, cranks, then these people ought to have sat together and chosen a party. But the way you are seeing them talking, everybody is pulling towards himself. Why is it difficult for Mheshimiwa Gachagua to go the Jubilee way? Why is it difficult for Mheshimiwa Gachagua to go the Wiper way? And why is it also difficult for Mheshimiwa Matiang'i and Mheshimiwa Kalonzo and these other leaders to go the Gachagua's way? If truly the denominator is ni kuokomboa hii nchi. So gentlemen, mimi ningependa niwaambie, democracy at its seeds, that is leading us to the deathbed as the poor citizens. Why am I saying that? With the democracy, the oligarchs will have it. Mtu yeyote ambaye asha wealth will tend to push everything in their way. And with the democracy, young people, like the way Gen Zs are agitating, they'll want to have the same respect that the old people have, and you will not stop them. With the democracy, the poor guys are going to champion or crusade to get wealth of the wealthy. Pasipo kuangalia how did they get the wealth, and democracy is going to give them. With the democracy, our feminine, the women, will want to behave like us, and democracy is going to give them. So being we are a young democracy, at one point, guys, we have to accept iron feet must be used to let the country achieve its own dreams. I rest my case by so saying, with a divided opposition the way I'm seeing it, my friend, Ruto is back in State House as early as 5:30 the following year after the elections. I rest the case on Gachagwa's issue. Let me come back as a happy guy from Homabay. Some 1 or 2 days here, I was really aggrieved based on what was happening in Homabay. But today, at this point in time, I'm one proud guy coming from Homabay County. Why am I saying that? I did try to evaluate what has transpired in Homabay since Mheshimiwa Gladys Wanga took the helm of Homabay. I can count one of them, two of them, up to 10. But I can only highlight two, the Raila Amolo Odinga Stadium and the green port, the seaport of the Pie of Homabay. If you look at the way that development is done, not to mention the markets and other places, I can only see Ellen Sirleaf of Liberia in Homabay, in the name of Gladys Wanga. I can only see Joyce Banda of Malawi, in the name of Governor of Homabay. I can only see El Selassie of Ethiopia. I can only see Samba of the Central Africa. I can only see Gladys, Agnes of Mauritius. I can only see Rose of Gabon. The same is applicable of me seeing Saleh Suluhu of Tanzania. So what am I saying? I'm seeing a leadership in Homabay that is not being taken that seat through bending over. Gone are the days when men only think that for a woman to achieve, there must be bending over. It is not there. And so, guys, we have to pull our socks. I can only beseech the current governor of Homabay to be very pragmatic on how he delivers and avoid sanction. Let these people not bring mudslinger in terms of insecurity in Homabay. And so, let her take time and courage and work with a lot of trust with this deputy. Let Mheshimiwa Magwanga work with a lot of trust under that woman. Thank you very much, guys. Be blessed. Thanks for your attention. Nimechukua nafasi kuwashukuru. God willing, let's proceed from there. Thank you.